Look, I'm not liberal or conservative. All I'm saying is that MLK probably wouldn't have supported BLM because he was an enlightened thinker who supported nonviolent protests, and BLM are just a bunch of violent thugs.
So that's not accurate. Black Lives Matter is a peaceful organization. They have never organized a violent protest. Violence has broken out in rare instances, but the overwhelming majority of Black Lives Matter demonstrations across the entire world over the last several years have been entirely peaceful. There's been thousands of demonstrations and like 8 have had violence.
Okay, I guess you just weren't there when Black Lives Matter was literally burning American cities to the ground.
Which American cities no longer exist?
What?
You just said that entire cities were burned to the ground, so I'm just wondering which American cities no longer exist. I hadn't heard of this.
I was being dramatic, but I'm saying that they burned a lot of cities.
Okay, so which cities then?
Wow, you want me to do your research for you, huh? Just because it was so many. I saw on the news a car on fire in one of them, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're aware of this, but the news used to also play footage of protests during the civil rights movement of the 1960s where violence broke out, and they would show images of rioters breaking windows and looting stores and lighting cars on fire then too, and they would use that footage as propaganda to portray this movement as being nothing but a bunch of violent thugs.
Yeah, well, that may have been. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm not liberal or conservative. Just want to remind you of that. What I'm saying is that Martin Luther King, though, wouldn't have been at any events where that stuff was going on.
No, even at protests that Dr. King was present at, violence broke out. Usually because outside agitators showed up or the police came and became unnecessarily aggressive and did things like sprayed people with fire hoses or sicked attack dogs on them.
Okay, but nobody today is getting sprayed with a fire hose.
Yeah, today the police are just shooting people with tear gas and rubber bullets, which is maybe worse?
Okay, whatever. My point is that MLK probably would not have condoned any form of violent protest. That's my point.
And my point is that whether you realize it or not, you are participating in a very long white supremacist tradition of delegitimizing the righteous anger of people of color by cherry-picking footage from their protests that makes them look bad, and you should really stop doing that.